Here's my top 3 tips for applying human design to your life without becoming overwhelmed or confused. Now, if you don't know what your body graph actually looks like, just visit my website, enter in your birth information, generate a body graph. It's totally free. There's a lot of information encoded into this. And as much as we want to simplify it, what we're actually going to do is just put it further back in your timeline. Like, we're not going to unwrap that present yet. And it's not a bad thing. It's just that without the proper foundation, all of this information is just going to keep you up in your head and ajna more than what we want to do with human design, which is actually drop into the body. So the first step is simple. Understand and apply your strategy and authority. Your strategy and authority are going to be dependent on which centers you have defined. And again, my website will just tell you your strategy and your inner authority. Your strategy is going to teach you how to use your aura, the energetic field that your physical body produces. And your inner authority is going to help you tune into your own body, the source of that energetic field, so that you can make decisions that are actually good for you. Strategy and authority is what we use as human beings to consistently manifest our own internal authority into the external world. The more that you can tune in to the times that you're using your strategy and authority and the times that you're not using your strategy and authority, those times are going to help you because you're going to be able to see, oh wow, when I use my strategy and authority, things tend to work out better versus when you don't. Tip number 2 is create some kind of simple ritual that allows you to connect with your inner authority. And I'll give you some examples. If you have the emotional authority, soft tissue is a great exercise to be connecting with your emotions. Soft tissue is essentially myofascial release, which is taking parts of the tissues that have become hardened and mineralized and dehydrated and rehydrating them. When you do this, all of the old stagnant water that's been in your system is now in circulation again after having been freed by the soft tissue so that you can cry it out, spit it out, sweat it out, etc. I have a virtual gym membership on my website called The Archive that will show you exactly how to do this. If you have the sacral authority, I recommend sacral calibrations. I have a whole playlist, which is almost at 100 videos here on my TikTok. You could also just record yourself asking a bunch of questions and make your own sacral calibration. And if you do this every day, then you're going to be connecting with your sacral every day. If you have the splenic authority, I highly recommend kicking and sprinting. That's right, kicking and sprinting. Splenic authority is all about survival and safety and your intuition. And you can't use your intuition if you're dead. So being able to run fast at a moment's notice and kick stuff is really helpful for connecting with it. Again, make it a ritual. You don't have to have a bag, just kick in the air. Sprinting is really simple. You just run fast. Step number 2, again, is about creating repetitive rituals that you can use every day to just gradually start incorporating your inner authority into your life. Now, if you have the ego authority, pick something like planking or push-ups or pull-ups and do it till failure. The ego authority is all about like achievement and pushing past your limits. So give yourself something every day where you can push past your limits. If you have the self-projected authority, I highly recommend affirmations. Look at yourself in a mirror and speak to yourself. Part of being a self-projected projector is that you're going to guide yourself and ultimately catch yourself in a lie. So if you say something like, I'm super confident with the way that I feel, and you feel like you're lying, that might be an area to work on. That'll give you something, oh, I got to work on my confidence. So what can I do that's actually going to make me feel confident? Exercises for the mental authority is to just like literally journal about your experiences, especially after experiences where there's a lot of other people's energy. Right before you go to sleep, journaling about the experiences that you had with the focus on other people and environments is going to be really helpful for you. And if you're like me and you have no definition, if your graph looks like this, you're a reflector and you have the lunar authority like me. Now, this one might sound a little bit crazy, but for me, one of my rituals that I do as a reflector is every night that I can see the moon, I go out under the moon and I let the moon move me, right? I do this like interpretive modern dance because our inner authority is literally based off of the moon. And so allowing the moonlight to shine on me and move my body has given me breakthroughs like you wouldn't even imagine. And if you're a reflector, please, God, try this. It is so cool. Now, these are just some examples of rituals that you can do to start to embody your inner authority. And if you're already conceptualizing rituals that you can do for yourself to connect with your inner authority, do it and let me know in the comments so I can cheer you on. Now, for the third and final tip, it's understand the dynamic between external and internal authority. Just because you learn about your human design does not mean instantly that your life is going to change. This takes time. Specifically, you're looking at an 18-month time period of rewiring your brain and then a 7-year time period of rewiring your cells. The deconditioning process that everybody talks about in human design, essentially kind of like erasing all of the, oh, I'm supposed to be this way, in lieu of, well, this is actually how I am, this is my natural self, takes time. And human design is also not a way for you to just manifest your internal authority into the world and become this dictator. It's more about like finding external authorities, environments that are actually synergistic with your internal authority. Certain relationships, certain jobs, certain environments, you unfortunately will not be able to bring your entire self online, which means that you don't have to change yourself, but you definitely need to change your job or environment. Which, again, doesn't mean like manipulate your environment and try and make it more hospitable for you. It means somewhere else is going to be naturally more hospitable for you. Find that place. Use your strategy. Listen to your authority. So that's the top three. Let's review. First one, strategy and authority. Duh. Second one, ritualize your inner authority with something simple and repeatable every day. And tip number three, recognize that there's a power struggle between internal and external authorities. Do your best not to get caught up in them. And what I mean by that is don't try and convince everybody that human design is the way and that they should be doing human design. That would be an example of getting caught up in the external authority when you should be caught up in strengthening your own internal authority. So that's that, guys. Hopefully that was helpful for you. If it was, please do me a favor. Send it to somebody else who's interested in human design. If you want any reports, one-on-one sessions, or you need a good human design app, visit ReikiMarco.com. And with all these resources, you are absolutely able to embody your human design and manifest the best. Peace.